Trevon Diggs is about to have our defense go from good to really good to great or elite for one simple reason. Good people, it's your boy Mr. Rome, Cowboys fan talk, right back like I never left. What's up with y'all, man? CFT at workflow, you know what I'm saying? I had this thought yesterday. If you follow Cowboys_fan talk on Twitter, where it go down at, we had the wild back and forth between me, Lord Brunson, if you're not familiar, Eagles content creator, and we was going back and forth about Diggs being better than Darius Slay. And, of course, he thinks Darius Slay is better than Diggs, and I thought that was laughable, maybe at a point, but them days is over. Anyway, it made me start thinking about just how important Diggs is going to be to this team this year. I got some things to do after work today, so I wanted to jump in here and get this done now, you know what I'm saying, while I could. And it's simple. Trevon Diggs is going to make changes to this defense by just being himself and naturally getting better because of one thing. Either quarterbacks are going to continue to do what they were doing last year, which is, let's call it not believe the hype. Think that, all of Diggs' interceptions were lucky, like most people be saying, right? And continue to get picked off. Either they're going to continue to do that and allow us to have a whole lot of game-changing moments where you just throwing in Diggs hoping that, last year was an accident. He doesn't have the hand or ball skills that we've seen. Just throw it at him. He'll mess up. He's burnable. You know what I'm saying? And Diggs is going to probably try to break his own 11 interception record. Or, and this is the one I'm banking on, quarterbacks are going to come out there. Only the most skilled quarterbacks are going to try Diggs next year. Diggs is going to become one of those cornerbacks in the league where his interception numbers are going to come down. His coverage skills are going to improve because, remember, Trevon Diggs has only been playing corner for 3 or 4 years, period. He was a receiver. You know what I'm saying? So Diggs' cornerback coverage skills are going to keep improving because he's still learning the position. He's that skilled learning the position. I know, first team All-Pro. But what's going to happen, I feel like, is quarterbacks are going to stop testing him. Diggs' side of the field is going to become, a no-fly zone. And what that's going to do is provide opportunity for us to bracket the second best receiver on teams. Because Diggs will follow the best receiver. That's going to be amazing for our defense. Our defense is already good to great. You know what I'm saying? Depending on what you want to say. I think we can improve in the run-stopping game and things like that. But I feel like our defense was pretty good to great last year. We had great moments. We had some games where we could have did better. But a lot of young players. So that's why I have a whole lot of high expectations for this defense. But if Diggs can start to take away one side of the field, or basically take away the number one receiver where they're not going to be thinking about throwing to him, that's going to change the game for the rest of the defense. Just think about it. Anthony Brown had an incredible year last year, all things considered. I know he had a couple of plays that were highlighted by highlights like in the games, and everybody was like, Anthony Brown is toast. If you look at his numbers, he had a pretty great, like a better year than James Bradbury. Let's talk about that. That's a fact, too. Better stats across the board than James Bradbury. But Anthony Brown with bracket coverage because Diggs is taking away a receiver. Listen, and then with this pass rush that I'm going to, like I said, I'm going to be making a video about how we're going to have the best 4-man pass rush rotation in the NFC East and maybe in the NFC. You know what I'm saying? With our rookie Sam Williams, of course, Micah Parsons, who I feel like is the best pass rusher in the NFC, period. Yeah, I said it. The best pass rusher in the NFC, period. You got D-Law rejuvenated, ready to go. Just those two off the edge is important. But when Micah falls back, you got Dante Fowler. Y'all sleeping on Dante Fowler, too. I'm talking about legitimate 10-sack guy, Dante Fowler. Back in a good system, back with Dan Quinn, who's gotten the best out of him in his career. Yeah, that Dante Fowler. That 4-man rotation right there, wherever we end up putting them, D-Law, Micah, Fowler, and Sam Williams, is going to be crucial with the better secondary. Because you're not going to be able to just let the ball fly because you're going to be worried about throwing the Diggs aside. Anthony Brown has shown that he's legit. As he said last year, I'm like that too. You know what I'm saying? And then, like I said, with the pass rush, All I need for my team to do, I need our D ends to step up and do their job, and our defense is going to be crazy. It's going to be crazy. You know what I'm saying? I wanted to pull up a couple of Diggs' stats because some people seem to have forgotten how good Diggs was. Because the thing I always hear about Diggs is, man, Diggs gave up 1,000 yards, which is false. Diggs gave up 907 yards. That's a fact. Go to Pro Football Reference. Not PFF, where you can't really figure out how they got their stats because it's some secret magical formula that only they know, which means they can be secret magical lying. Pro Football Reference has Diggs at 907 yards. The difference between Diggs' yards given up and Jalen Ramsey's yardage given up is like 200 yards. And Jalen Ramsey is considered the best cornerback in the league. 200 yards, but the difference in interceptions is 8. 8 interceptions. Like, you know, we're not going to talk about the fact that Darius Slay had like 3 interceptions versus like Sam Darnold and Trevor Siemian. We're not going to talk about that. So I don't even know why he gets put in this conversation. Go sit at the kiddie table. You got a cool nickname, Slay. The end. Playing off coverage all year, trying to be in a conversation with Diggs. First team All-Pro. Come on, man. But look, Diggs had 11 interceptions. I think he led in passes defensed, pass breakups with 21, 52.4 completion percentage. Only had 4 touchdowns against him all year. 8.8 yards given up per target. Ramsey had 4 interceptions, 16 passes defense, below Diggs, 59.2 completion percentage, above Diggs, 3 TDs against. Come on, man. And y'all saw Ramsey get toasted all playoffs. Like toasted. Toasted all playoffs and in the Super Bowl. And he gave up 6.4 yards against. So I'm not saying that Jalen Ramsey is not a good cornerback. I'm saying the fact that y'all just disregard Diggs is beyond me. You know what I'm saying? And then to get back to the Diggs versus Darius Slay, because what I heard yesterday was, well, no one throws the Slay side. Slay averaged 5.5 targets a game all year. Guess how many targets Diggs averaged? 6.5. 1 target. Do the math. Go to Pro Football Reference. Do the math. You're not going to talk to me about he don't get thrown to his side for 1 target. You sound like a child. 6.5 targets and 5.5 targets for the entire year. To break it down for you, Diggs had 103 targets. Darius Slay had 85. Do the math. This ain't that difficult. I know math is hard for some people, but it's not that hard. You know what I'm saying? And I'm not even a mathematician. I'm just giving it to you how I see it. So at the end of the day, man, let the stats speak for themselves. Like I said, Trevon Diggs, first team All-Pro. And if you really break it down, and I put it on the screen right now, he only gave up 676 yards when you take away the garbage time yards when we was blowing out so many teams. And he was playing off coverage like Darius Slay played all year. You know what I'm saying? It's not hard. It's just not hard. Trevon Diggs is an incredible corner, a young corner who's going to get even better. So this year, when the interceptions come down because people won't throw to his side, the defense will get better because we can start focusing on the other parts of the field that the other team's trying to attack. And we won't have to worry about Diggs' side because it's going to be locked down. Look, it's your boy, Mr. Rome, man. I just wanted to get out here and tell y'all that. These are the type of things I think about at work. I know. But when your lunch break comes around and you just start being like, yo, I gotta tap in with the nation. You know what I'm saying? Gotta do what I gotta do. But y'all let me know how y'all feel in the comments about Diggs being better than Slay and being right on par with Ramsey. Am I crazy? Also, let me know if you feel like I feel that Trevon Diggs' mere presence will make this defense better next year without a snap being taken just because people are going to be afraid to throw to his side. I'll holla.